5, 4, 2, 1.
Good evening and welcome to the first of 3 meetings. My name is Dennis Buckley, Mayor of the City of Beech Grove, and at this time we will convene our Board of Sanitation. In lieu of a roll call, I'll introduce each participating member. To my far right, Dave Harrison. To my immediate right, Dan McMillan, our Clerk Treasurer. To my immediate left, Craig Wiley, our City Attorney. To my far left, Sandra Seward. Board, you've been presented minutes from the previous meeting dated October the 1st, 2012. This time the floor is open for comments, questions, or corrections.
No comments.
If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye and the motion carries. We'll move on to approval of claims. First docket of claims is the manual claims. These claims do not require board approval prior to being paid. Tonight we have one page of claims in the amount of $44,525.76. Floor is open for comment. There's one bill from Citizens Water, $41,389.59. That is for treatment of wastewater. If it hadn't been for that, their claims would have been almost nil. So, with that, ask for a motion to approve as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye and the motion carries. We'll move on to docket of regular wastewater claims. These are claims that require board approval prior to being paid. We have one page in the amount of $22,662.48. The floor is open for questions or comments.
I have a question halfway through for $5,047.50 for Keystone Software Systems.
That is our financial system we use for the city, and that was split between the sewage utility and the city itself. My office paid for half, and the utility paid for half.
Thank you.
That's a yearly amount we pay.
Thank you. No other questions?
Covanta, $10,503.30. That is for the disposal of trash. Southside landfill, $1,301. GRIP is for flow calibration on the wastewater flow meters. Any other questions or comments? If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. There's no old business to bring forward. There's no new business to bring forward. Comments from board members.
I have none.
No comments.
Ask for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Meeting is adjourned at 6:03 p.m. Our next meeting is Monday, November the 5th at 6 p.m. The Board of Works will convene in 5 minutes. Thank you.
7, 3, 2.
Good evening and welcome to the second of 3 meetings this evening. My name is Dennis Buckley, Mayor of the City of Beech Grove, and at this time we'll convene our Board of Public Works and Safety meeting. In lieu of a roll call, I will introduce each participating member. To my far right, Dave Harrison. To my immediate right, Dan McMillan, our Clerk Treasurer. To my immediate left, Craig Wiley, our City Attorney. To my far left, Sandra Stewart, also a member of this board. Board, you've been presented with minutes from the previous meeting dated October the 1st, 2012. At this time, the floor is open for comments, corrections, or questions.
No comment.
I have none.
If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. We will move to approval of claims. First docket of claims is corporation manual claims, which do not require board approval prior to being paid. Tonight, we have 3 pages of claims in the amount of $1,257,323.92. Floor is open for questions or comments. I'll address the amount that was presented to the board is extremely high, 1.25 million. That's basically unheard of. The reason for it is 953,000 of it is the Main Street project. The clerk wrote a check. The board approved the clerk to write a check in the entire amount. So $541,515.88 came out of the settlement from the railroad of $750,000. The remaining $412,000 that the clerk wrote the check for came out of the bond issue that the council approved earlier this year. So every penny that we said would go to this in the bond issue did in fact go to the Main Street project. So that is why this is so high. Other than that, this is a normal claim cycle. So further questions by board?
No further questions.
No.
I'll ask for a motion to approve the manual claims as presented this evening in the amount of $1,257,323.92.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. We will move over to the regular corporation claims. These are claims that require board approval prior to being paid. Tonight we have 3 pages of claims in the amount of $147,956.36. Floor is open for questions or comments.
I have a question on the first page, please. Just a little over halfway down. Global Emergency Products for $3,243.94.
The chief is in a sidebar meeting. That is for repair of engine 102 down on Albany Street. That's the engine that we're going to replace with the new engine. That will become a reserve engine. That piece of machinery is a cash cow. And I don't anticipate this getting any better. But that's what that is, Sandy.
Thank you.
Some of these on the first page, Geico Roofing, is that part of the insurance?
No,
For the storm?
Go ahead, Dan.
That is your 2012 bond issue for the roofs.
For the roof, okay.
I'm not sure which one you're looking at, but they did parks, DPW, who else they do, Dennis?
2 buildings at DPW and the Parks building.
Okay.
Yeah, it says Park Roof, DPW, and 2 at DPW.
Right.
So that's all bond.
Right.
Yes.
Your, the ones that will be coming forward for shingle roofs will be what is replaced with the insurance.
Oh, good.
They're not on there at the present time.
I have a question on the second page, please.
Mhm.
Intoximeters. It's kind of self-explanatory what it is for $3,752.
Go ahead, Chief.
Intoximeters.
Those are our portable breath test machines, instruments that are given out to the officers. They can test people on the road.
So do we currently have them and they're outdated, they need to be replaced?
We currently have them, and they're outdated and broken.
Okay.
I think we probably had 1 or 2 that were working.
Okay. Thank you.
Any further questions from board members?
Another question, please. Pierce Manufacturing fire pumps, again, our engine 102.
No, I don't know. This might be engine 101 out on Churchman. I'd have to ask the chief.
But again, fire engine repair.
Fire engine repair.
On Last page, Beeson Construction roof, varnished fire barn and shed at fire department and roof concession.
Okay.
Those bond or?
I'm sorry, I didn't realize these were on this claim docket. But anyway, what this is insurance money that's paying for this roof repairs.
So those are roof, okay.
Yes, he actually did the police station, the 2 barns at the fire station, some Little League stuff, the concession stand, the garage, the shelter. The Little League diamond, I think every roof down there has been replaced. Even the dugouts, he tore the old wood off, put new wood down, new shingles.
Have they got any paving done down there yet?
All done, they're all done.
Okay, go down and look at that. One of the, on the same page, economy paint fence, 1,800. What fence?
That is the fence out at DPW. There's a
Okay.
fence between 2 buildings. That is to paint that and repair it.
Okay.
And that's bond issue also.
That's all I got.
If there's no other questions, we'll ask for a motion to approve the regular corporation claims in the amount of $147,956.36.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 I also vote aye and the motion carries. On to old business. I'd like to defer to the city attorney for a follow-up on the memorandum of understanding agreement between the city of Beech Grove and the Marion County Prosecutor's Office.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I spoke to the prosecutor's office, and essentially they adopted the language that I'll give Sandy credit for. Adopted her language to the contract. Essentially, the one and only change was the last whereas paragraph. We just want to make sure that this agreement did not waive our ability to enter into other agreements with other municipalities to prosecute their ordinance violations. Other than that, it was signed by me on the, well, actually both of us on the 5th. Laurel Junkins is Terry Curry's chief of staff, so we've got an agreement.
Thank you, counsel. At this time, we'll move on to a presentation from Kristen Duncan on dental and vision proposal. Kristen? And before you start, if there's any city employee here that would like to address the board on this matter, we have encouraged the employees to come forward and speak what they have to say concerning benefits. And tonight we're going to hear dental. So Kristen, please proceed. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you. Good evening. My name is Christian Duncan, and I've been working with the city on various employee benefits issues and packages since 1999. I'm an independent broker. I have an office at 405 Main Street. Because of my close proximity to most city employees, I think that's a successful venture where employees are welcome to come into my office and bring to my attention any claims, questions, or concerns that they might have. I'm also a residential property owner in Beech Grove, and I work hard to maintain a balance between employee interests as well as the city's interests as we move forward. So far in 2012, we have recommended changing the Medicare supplement carriers, which covers our over 65 retirees, and this has saved the city about $10,500 a year. And then the 20 or so participants that participate with that plan will save $14,700 over the course of the year, and that's collective. That's not per enrollee. In addition to that, most participants that we visited with actually did see an enhancement in their benefits design. We also negotiated rate relief, which I'm going to talk to you about just in a moment, on the life insurance package. And what we were able to do was lower the life rate by 39%. And that actually enabled the city to double the coverage on the employees while maintaining the same level of benefit for the retirees, which actually has been a problem as we ventured out to seek alternative quotes for the life insurance package. Because the benefits increased, the total cost did go up. We asked the employees to pay $1 a pay period to help mitigate against the increase to the city. In sum total there, the cost to the city increased 1.3%, which was $340 on the year. And that is a 3-year rate guarantee from April 1st. In addition to that, we actually offered employees the opportunity to purchase term life on group rates and favorable terms, which to date there are about 40 employees that have taken advantage of that, and that coverage option expands to their spouses and children as well. I'm also proud to say that in working with the medical insurance, the medical plan has not seen any kind of a reduction in benefit, nor have the employees seen an increase in the cost per pay, and the city has not seen an increase in the cost. The one exception to that might be for those folks that actually participated in a new plan option that we added last year, which is a non-HSA plan design. Those folks did see an increase, and I believe we had 12 participants that elected the non-HSA option.
Please stick to dental tonight.
Okay, I'll do so. Do you want me to proceed with the life like you did, like you requested?
Yes.
Okay. So with the life insurance, Mayor Buckley asked me to go over with you. First page on your sheet there is illustrating the standard life options, the current option, and the option 2. The current option was what we had prior to making the change in April of 2012. Option 2 is actually what we switched to. Employees formerly had $25,000 of coverage, and we were able to increase that to $50,000. And then retirees had a $10,000 benefit, and those retirees still had that same $10,000 benefit. One of the struggles that we have in the life insurance is the retiree population is high, and we have a flat benefit reduction, which means that the benefits do not reduce. It stays at $10,000 throughout the life of the plan, and that's been very difficult to find a carrier that's been interested in doing that. We also increased the accidental death and dismemberment portion of the benefit, which also increased it from $25,000 to $50,000. So if someone is accidentally killed, they would receive a $100,000 benefit, whereas before it was $50,000 benefit. And then you can see the cost there, or the rate per $1,000, going from 0.794 for the active employee and 0.48 to the new structure. Down below is the total premium. The second page shows what is going on with the participation of the employees. Moving on to the dental, which I shared with you last time, and I gave you a duplicate packet of what we had the last time. The first page there, well, just to back up, Guardian, our current carrier, which offers the dental and the vision, is increasing their rates as of November 1st, and that's a 19% increase on the dental, a 6% increase on the vision. Currently, we offer 2 plan designs, and one that's on the dental. Vision, we offer 1 plan design. The first page that looks like this actually is 2 pages in length, and that identifies the 9 carriers that we sought quotes from, and we got back about 14 different plan designs, and I picked out the one that I thought was the most advantageous for the city and the city employees. Now, before I go in through the benefits grid, which I'm not sure the board's position on wanting to go through all the details of that, but since you had that, is there any specific questions that you have, or shall I just proceed to go through each of the line items within the benefit structure? Okay. Okay, so the first page that looks like this, and it says Guardian on your left-hand side and MetLife on the right-hand side. and then it should say the low option beneath that. That is that plan design is a PPO-sensitive plan design. And the way that structure works is that the participant must go to one of our network participating providers. As I mentioned to you the last time, one of the primary dentists for city employees is not currently in the MetLife structure. As of Friday, the verbal comment from the doctor was, yes, he's going to join. That has not been officially done yet, but like I mentioned last time, I don't anticipate that being a problem, but we shall see. Again, this is a very network-sensitive plan, similar to a medical plan. And the way the benefit structures work is for in-network services, we'll pay 100% for preventive services. Anything more expansive than a preventive service would be subject to a deductible of $25 for in-network. Then we pay basic services at 100%, 60% for your major services. Out-of-network would be a 90% reimbursement schedule. Anything more expansive would have a $75 deductible, 70% for your basic services, and then 40% for major. As you see that benefit structure for everything that we've talked about thus far, the benefits are similar from the Guardian, which is the current plan, to the proposed MetLife structure, which we're recommending for the city. Next, you'll see annual maximum. Guardian is a $1,000 annual maximum. MetLife is a $1,250. And we're about to talk about why we went with the $1,250 maximum. The maximum rollover, Guardian offers a maximum rollover which allows an insured to roll over a portion of their unused annual maximum if they have at least one service throughout the course of the year, and they incur less than $500 of total charges throughout the course of that year. If they do that, they can roll over up to $175 to use in a future year. MetLife does not offer that structure, so in alternative, what they recommended is that we go ahead and increase the annual maximum on the plan itself, not worry about the maximum rollover, and hopefully we would cover the vast majority of the insured's expenses with a $1,250 maximum. Orthodontia benefits are paid at 50% with a lifetime maximum of $1,250. MetLife is going to offer us a rate guarantee of 12 months, and then in the second year they will also offer a rate cap of no more than 8% increase for the second year of the plan. The numbers that you see below on that sheet are the monthly figures that would be billed to the city. And I've got a further breakdown that will share with you the cost that the employees will pay.
Question, Chris.
Yes.
Employees, do they have the option of whether they want the low or high?
That is an employee level choice.
How does that affect the premium for the city?
The cost to the city is the same,
Same.
regardless of whether they participate in the high or the low option.
Okay. All right. Okay, thank you.
You bet. Any questions on the low option? Okay. Proceeding on to the high option, same type of, same carriers. The difference with this option is that it's an indemnity type structure, which means that the employees are able to use any dentist that they want. This would be the plan that we would have an employee choose if their dentist is not in the MetLife structure and they're not willing to change dentists. If that's the case, then we can gravitate towards this. I would also like to let the board know this type of plan structure under the high option is the option that we had 2 years ago exclusively before we added the low option. Okay? The plan will pay 100% for your cleanings under the preventive benefits. And then for anything more expansive, the plan does have a $50 deductible. And then it pays 80% for major services. I'm sorry, 80% for basic services, 50% for major. We also had the same issue with this plan with regard to the annual maximum. We're increasing it from the current 1,000 to 1,250, and there is no rollover benefit with the MetLife structure under this plan. We offer the same orthodontia benefits, which is 50% for orthodontia and a $1,250 lifetime limit on orthodontia services. And then you can see the monthly rate structure. Of note would be, if you didn't notice, the MetLife rates are actually lower than your current rates. So we're creating a pretty good scenario. Again, as Mayor Buckley observed and pointed out, this is an employee level choice, and the employee gets to pick the option that best fits him or her and their family. Any questions on either of the dental options? Okay. Moving on to the vision. We currently have Guardian for our vision provider. This is a very PPO sensitive plan, which means that you really need to use the in-network providers to maximize your benefits. Actually, we've had Davis the last 2 years, and prior to that, we've had VSP. With MetLife, we're recommending going to the VSP structure again, and I think employees will find it easy to find providers. The one aspect that we will lose with the VSP structure, just based on the way that network is built, it is primarily independent optometrist network. So there are not going to be the Targets and the Sears within the confines of that network. Okay.
Whatever we get, if you recommend we do MetLife, then we would not be able to have Guardian Vision. Is that
Right. Right.
It's one or the other.
Well, I suppose technically you could, but there would be no advantage to doing that. If it was a network issue, we would recommend that we find another carrier that offers Davis Vision. For in-network services, there is a copay for exams of $10, and then the exam is paid in full. And I always like to point out that's a basic eye exam. That's not the retinal scan and all the extras that are on it. It's just a basic eye exam. And then they'll pay it in full. That's for in-network. Out-of-network, there's a $10 copay, reimbursed up to $50 under the current Guardian structure, and with MetLife, it's reimbursed up to $45. And you can have an eye exam once every 12 months. For materials, there's a $20 copay, and the copays are in place no matter if it's an in or out-of-network charge. You will see that with both structures, there's a reimbursement schedule that's paid in full for in-network, for single vision, bifocal, and trifocal. And then out-of-network, there's a reimbursement schedule there, and it appears that Guardian is reimbursing at a little bit higher level than MetLife on the lens benefit, and that is true. However, further down below, that MetLife is actually reimbursing out-of-network at a higher rate than Guardian on the frames. So someone that gets a complete set of glasses is actually better off with the MetLife structure out of network than they would be with the Guardian. Contacts are paid in full with the Guardian plan at $135. Out of network, they're reimbursed up to $105. In network, paid in full up to $130 with MetLife, so that's be a slight reduction there. And then reimbursed up to $105 out of network for your contacts. Lenses can be gotten every 12 months. And then your frame allowance in network is $135 for Guardian. The out of network reimbursement is $48. In network reimbursement on your frames is $130, and then reimbursed up to $170 for your out of network benefits. And the frequency on your frames is once every 24 months. Extras are discounted in network with the current Guardian plan, and there are no benefits for your extras out of network. this is where I like to always talk about, well, when you look at these schedules, you could think that, well, maybe for $30 I can get an eye exam and I can get a complete set of glasses. But we always tell people that's probably not going to happen because the extras are actually add-ons. And you can see that in your copay structure below for your UV coating, polycarbonate for the children, polycarbonate for the adults, standard progressive, scratch resistant, anti-reflection, tinting and dyes and photochromatic lenses. All those extras would have copays associated with them under the MetLife structure. Typically what we tell folks is that you're going to pay about 1/3 of the retail cost for your glasses through a vision plan. So it's quite a bargain.
All right.
Then the next page just outlines the cost, which the cost on the vision under the MetLife structure is anywhere between 18% and 31% reduced from the Guardian structure, depending on enrollment. Any questions on the vision structure? Okay. Next couple of pages actually illustrate to you how I got to the numbers using the formulas of the city paying 45% of the dental premium and then bringing all that stuff together. Perhaps the last page, for the purposes of our discussion, would be prudent for you to look at that because it gives a lot of information that is summarized from all the previous pages, illustrating the cost of the dental option. And these are now we're talking about the employee cost per pay period. And they show the cost depending on if the employee is participating in the low option, the high option, vision, without vision. With the option that we're recommending from MetLife, the cost savings to the city is about 10.25% or $2,000 a year roughly. And the employees that are participating in both dental and vision would see a reduction of 1 to 13% depending on how they're enrolled and which plan option they would choose. Employees that participate in dental only would see a slight increase that ranges from 0.5% up to as high as 6% on their cost. And currently we have 65% of the employees are participating in both dental and vision.
All right. Thank you. You are consulting us, so what is your recommendation to us?
My recommendation to the board would be that we proceed with moving the dental and vision coverage from the current Guardian structure to MetLife as soon as possible. Try to get this done for a November 1 effective date, which would mean the city would not pay the increased cost of the Guardian.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Chris. At this time, 2, 3, 4, there's 6 employees of the city here. The board would like to hear from the employees on what they have to say. So if any of the employees want to come forward and make a recommendation or speak whatever is on their mind.
I have actually discussed this with several of the fire department employees as a union president, and have found there is a reasonable amount of savings on the dental side. Probably the more important thing that we're kind of looking at is that MetLife is saying that we won't raise it more than 8%, with the city doing a 45% and the employees picking up the 55%. That would be spread between both parties. So I mean, you're not, if the second year if it raises, whatever it raises will be split kind of evenly. It's not a MetLife. Majority of the people that do attend dentists, they check with their dentist and found that MetLife is accepted there at their dental. It's business as usual for them. As far as the vision go, it's a home run for all the people that I talked to that actually have glasses and tinted glasses and bifocals and everything else, because this vision plan actually pays a little bit more for those specialty items in your glasses, where the other one was 100% paid by the employee. Such as the tinting was, I think it's $35 on the deductible for MetLife. However, the plan we're currently under, you pay all $150 for that. So VSP versus, what's the other one?
Davis.
Davis. Davis forced our employees to change to what they were in before, which was VSP, and made them go to Target, Walmart, those type of places, where VSP is more of a doctor's office-based type system. And a lot of them already pay out-of-network costs because they're going to the place at Arlington and Thompson that only takes VSP, that doesn't take Davis, and they're paying the out-of-pocket for because they'd rather go there with somebody that knows what they're doing in their mind. So as far as what we can tell is that all of our employees are good with this change to MetLife and see no problems with it at this time.
Brad, John, Mark, any comments on it?
I know that this information was given to our officers, and they had no problems with what was distributed to them. And I believe that most of them commented that MetLife would be the best program for them.
John?
Yeah. Basically, I think the one question that I'd have for the council is, Christian Duncan said that he got 14 other quotes from different coverage. Who were those 14 coverages? What kind of benefits did they not offer that Guardian and MetLife was so much better, so to speak? And if we can compare, the employees themselves can look at what they're offering, because some of the guys at the garage have been to the dentist, and the people there at the dentist office say, you guys have the worst dentist coverage ever. He says, I've never seen the coverage that you guys have. And to me, when you hear that from the guys that are working,
Are they talking about Guardian now?
Guardian, yeah.
Okay.
And it's like one of the employees went to the dentist and had cavities taken care of, 2 replaced and 2 new ones. And out of pocket, he paid over almost close to $500 because, you know, it's like, that's basic coverage. So I think if we can see those 14 different other coverage people and let us look at it and let the employees decide on who they want to go with, it might be a little bit more easier for them to say, okay, let's go with MetLife or Guardian or whoever else is out there. We've never seen who offers a coverage for the employees. It's always been, this is what we're going with, this is what we're going to go with, you pick.
Address what you said. We did get a list of 14 others.
Okay.
Cost-wise, not a lot of comparison. But let me address something. I'm in insurance, and I constantly have people saying, well, why can't you get me State Farm's rate?
Yeah.
Well, the thing with dental, let me tell you, if you're in a group of 100 or less, or 100 to 200, some of those people, the dentist may be saying have great coverage, maybe working for GM who has 30,000 people in the program, they get a lot better benefit. So the more in your group, the better the benefit, and probably the higher the cost. But that's one thing I can tell you that I know about dental and health. And I mean, I'm just saying, sometimes when you hear something like that from a dentist, maybe he really doesn't, know what he's talking about.
But
I mean, it could be they're paying a hell of a price for that too.
Well, I would like to add to that, and I'd be happy to share that with you and go over that. That my biggest thought behind that particular issue is that I think you might have someone that's misaligned in the wrong plan. If they enrolled in the low option because it was the lowest premium, and then they went to a dentist that was not participating in the network, they would get clobbered. And I would tell the board that, and I would tell any employee that. if that's the case. I will tell you that Guardian is an industry leader in dental insurance, as is MetLife, and they're paying at the highest reimbursement schedule on the non-PPO plan design that is available in the market.
Yeah.
So, you know, if the dentist is saying that, my first inclination is, I'm going to guess that that employee is in the wrong plan design.
Okay.
And-
I just
and when
basically
we-
wanted to bring that
Yeah,
attention to.
when we enrolled these, when we had the enrollment meetings for this, it basically came down to an issue where the Guardian representative came in and said, if your doctor's on this list, enroll in this plan. If your doctor's not on this list and you are not going to use one of these dentists, then you would choose the high option. It was that simple. Now, not every employee makes those meetings, and when you don't look at that, and then you go to sign up, and then you see two rate schedules, and you gravitate towards the one that's lowest premium. Well, that would be my speculation, and after the meeting, maybe, I don't have a problem showing these to you.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Anything else, John?
No, that'd be it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
The board heard a recommendation from the consultant for insurance to switch to MetLife effective November the 1st. So I'll need a motion to approve.
Okay. Are we going to wait and make sure that is it John?
I don't see any family.
Yeah, I wanted to clarify that. If you do not pass this tonight, November 1st, you're going to start paying Guardian increases.
Okay.
The 19 plus the 6% increase.
So are you okay with that, representing the folks?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, all right, that's all I wanted to know.
I'll ask for a motion to switch to MetLife on the basis of what our consultant had to say, effective November the 1st.
I'll make said motion.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. I also ask for a motion to to instruct the clerk treasurer to work with the consultant to finalize the changeover and to square all the employees away.
Make said motion.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Kristen, thank you. Under new business, surplus equipment, police chief. Chief?
Mayor, board members, I'm requesting that you surplus the 2008 Crown Victoria police car. That vehicle was involved in a crash that totaled it and determined total by the insurance company. If you approve the surplus, the vehicle will be sold.
Heard a recommendation from the police chief. Comments by board members?
Will we be replacing this vehicle?
It has been replaced.
Has been replaced?
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion to declare surplus.
I make a motion to declare the car surplus.
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you. Chief, can you do the St. Francis real quick, please? This is not on your agenda. This came up today. We will not vote on this tonight. We'll just take it under advisement.
Mayor and Board, earlier this year I spoke to you about the possibility of the Beech Grove Fire Department merging with a hospital to provide ambulance coverage on a second paramedic truck. So I'm going to go ahead and read this letter to you. It's addressed to Chief Cheshire. Beech Grove Fire Department has a reputation of striving to maintain a high level of customer service, professionalism, compassion, and respect. Your commitment to providing outstanding public service through innovative training and education is consistent with our Franciscan values. Franciscan St. Francis EMS Education provides high-quality education to students seeking to become emergency medical technicians and paramedics. Clinical application of classroom knowledge is a critical component of the educational process. Students who have participated in clinical rotations with Beech Grove Fire Department have found a positive learning environment. Just as you are driven to provide a cost-effective and efficient fire department while honoring your values, we are continually seeking opportunities to demonstrate fidelity to our mission, respect for life, and joyful service. I am pleased our discussions to this point have led us to a mutually beneficial plan. Our goal of excellent education and your goal of fiscally responsible service enhancement are well matched. The leadership of Franciscan St. Francis Health is fully supportive of moving forward with a proposal to partner with the Beech Grove Fire Department in providing staff for additional ambulance. This ambulance would be in service 7 days per week from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. St. Francis would employ, train, and schedule paramedic preceptors and EMT drivers, while Beech Grove Fire Department would incur the cost of hourly pay, equipment, and supplies, and receive all revenue. This would help meet the increasing needs of your community without compromising your ability to staff fire apparatus. It is the hospital's hope that this additional ambulance will be a benefit not only to your city, but also to our students as we are mutually striving for continued quality improvement in EMS. Sincerely, Vicki Rush, Coordinator, St. Francis EMS Education. What this would allow us to do is place our backup medic truck in service from 8A to 8P at Station 101. St. Francis Hospital would provide the paramedic and EMT driver. The fire department would pay a contractual fee for this service. That contractual fee is going to be $159,000 per year. The Beech Grove Fire Department would receive all revenue from billing from that second ambulance. Is there any questions?
Board members have questions for the chief?
I thought they declined this earlier and didn't answer.
We approached several hospitals. IU declined. We also approached St. Vincent's and St. Francis. St. Vincent's came through. They were very interested in our proposal. St. Vincent's wanted the Beech Grove Fire Department to pay other employee expenses such as liability insurance, which drove the cost up over $200,000. St. Francis, with their partnership, they would pick up all the liability insurance and other coverage needed by an employer, where we would just remain with a contractual fee less than the other hospital.
Rob, you might let them know also, this is in the budget for 2013, $159,000. So this is a good thing for the city.
So it's in the budget, so there's going to be revenue coming in for this. That will also help pay the salaries, the equipment and supplies, that's kind of...
That is correct.
The big plus is the city will have a second ambulance for people if they call. We don't have that now, and that's a deterrent. So what we'll do, board, is we won't do any action on this. We'll see what the board or what the council does tonight with the budget. And then, Chief, if you can bring a contract or bring additional information forward to the next meeting or a meeting in November so we can act on it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Last order of business is perf calculations. On page 2, Board of Works members recently, while reviewing Indiana code pursuant to perf, it was found that the contribution percentage on behalf of the 77 Police and Fire Pension Fund has changed. Up until July the 1st, 2011, the maximum contribution on behalf of the municipality and its police and firefighters was 27%. Effective July the 1st of 2011, the percentage dropped to 25.7%. Currently, the City of Beech Grove contributes 24% of a first-class patrolman and first-class firefighter's salary, plus $2,000 in longevity to PERF. Each police officer and firefighter contributes 3%. The issue at hand is that the City of Beech Grove and its police and firefighters are contributing 1.3% too much into the PERF fund. And then it is listed below is a number of calculations on what we are paying currently to PERF and on behalf of the police and firefighters. So the question that the board will need to take up is that should the city continue to contribute 24% of the first-class patrolman and first-class firefighters' contribution to PERF, and should the firefighters' contribution change to 1.7%, or should other calculations be considered? Should the board change the contribution for the employee to 1.7%, what is the remedy to revert back to July the 1st, 2011? So, I don't think we should act on it tonight. I think we should discuss it and think about how we should proceed, because it will be this board that makes the decision, and then when we renew agreements, we'll make this decision also. But the city and the firemen and the policemen are overpaying PERF. And we need to change that, and this came to light here last week, and we'll need to act on it. So discussions from board members?
I have none.
Okay, we will come next meeting on November the 5th with a possible solution on how we should proceed. All right. Comments from board members?
I have none.
I ask for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Meeting is adjourned at 6:54 p.m. We will reconvene on Monday, November the 5th. Thank you.